Hello, welcome to the demo video for Free For All. This is a first-person shooter developed in the Unity engine version 6 using Fishnet Networking Evolve. So, the way that this game works is it is a first-person shooter that is hosted locally on one player's machine. So that is one of the main goals of this project, is to get around a lot of the accessibility hurdles that other games have when it comes to server hosting. So oftentimes, first-person shooters require a dedicated server hosting, which means either the developers need to pay for something along those lines, which means the game needs to cost more money, or the players are in charge of hosting servers, which means either complex technical knowledge. It can mean having to deal with port forwarding. It can mean having to pay for dedicated hosting services, all sorts of things like that. Instead, our game uses the Steam Datagram Relay, which is essentially a transport service that handles NAT punching and allows players to anonymously, securely, and efficiently host the game from their own computer without having to have the technical knowledge or any sort of setup. As a result, the product is very, very easy to use. It's essentially just plug and play, and because there are no server hosting costs to the developers, the game can be given away completely for free. So, as for what has been implemented, a quick summary of the systems would probably start somewhere like this. So the most fundamental system behind our first-person shooter is the health component. So every player has their own unique networked component with synced information on that player's health. So things like weapons, respawns, death, movement, everything hooks into a player's health component. For instance, a dead player cannot move and a dead player cannot look. And a living player needs to be able to hook into event listeners and things like that. Beyond just the basic weapon handling and things like that, we also have some more high-level managerial scripts. So we have a game manager, which is responsible for handling the game state. So in this current build of the game, there is a 4-minute time limit, and the first player to kill 10 other players is crowned the winner. After the game ends, all players are sent back to the lobby and are given the option to start another game, or to quit, or to rearrange the lobby however they see fit. Other systems included in implementation include a networked sound system that is also geometrically rendered, so sound effects played from one player will be heard by other players, and they will be heard coming from the same location at the same volume between different clients. There are also knockback systems, projectile systems, there's a respawn manager, there is a player monitor, which provides dynamic caching for player components, and all sorts of other supportive systems that help the game flow function and keep things running efficiently enough to run at a smooth 60 frames per second even on a low performance laptop or something similar. Another key component of the project is the fact that the entire thing is built from the ground up to be integrated with Steamworks, which is the API behind Steam, the popular game development and publishing platform. So this game, despite being completely free and despite not being a priced product, still has full integration with the host of Steam functionality that you would expect. So this will be able to retrieve and display your Steam username over your head. Your Steam lobby IDs will link to your account, and players will be able to join you using Steam's UI, and players will also be able to see you as playing this game when viewing your account on Steam. So it is fully integrated as if it was a commercially available product. That is the conclusion of our demo video. If you enjoyed the demo video and are interested in playing yourself, the game is completely free and it is available at the link below. So if you'd like, it is still completely functional, and since it's serverless, you can boot this up and play it with your friends without any need for setup or server hosting or anything like that.